Yeah, it's been a while, but you know, I do these whenever I feel like it. I'm not getting paid, whatever, you know the deal. But we're about to enter rant mode. We are about to enter rant mode. So this shit bugs you. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm about to shoot. So all right, comparison videos are poison. They're poison. Avoid them at all costs. They are poison. If you have a serious interest, a real solid interest in trying to understand and get to know or start to seriously watch Sentai, that is not the place you want to start. I'll admit this rant is partially born from a very just mind-numbing conversation with some Power Ranger purist fucktard idiot who, after I explained to him why his opinion is misinformed, because he basically just... I called him out on it. I basically called him out on it. I said, let me guess. You think Power Rangers is better, but yet you basically only watched a comparison video on YouTube or one Sentai crossover without context. It turned out it was the latter. He watched a brief 2-minute comparison video, and then thought he could judge all of Super Sentai, saying it's boring. Because my original statement was, anybody who's watched both, objectively, chances are they're probably going to side with Sentai overall. I mean, there's still going to be one or two adaptations that they're going to favor. Like and I told him, listen, my opinion compared to yours is incredibly informed. Why? Because I've watched. I want to give a little bit, pull the curtain back a little bit on me. I've watched basically most of the Power Ranger seasons. I started with Mighty Morphin in the 90s when it first fucking aired. I've known that it was originally an adaptation from a Japanese television show when my father told me that by the second episode. He used Trini not having any boobs as a primary example. I thought she didn't have it because she was Asian. I don't know. You know, it was nice. I mean, I thought all Asians were flat-chested. I'm sorry, Asian gals. I know that's not true anymore. It's a bad stereotype. I'm so sorry. It's just, you know, I didn't know any better. But, you know, so I've watched a lot. And there's even, like, certain Power Ranger seasons I have a certain... I tend to prefer a little bit over certain Sentai seasons. But the majority of the time, I'm mostly on the Sentai side of things. And I've watched literally both versions. Like, more often than not, I've watched both versions from beginning to end on most of these shows. And I've watched a lot of them objectively. So, you know... And I was a Power Rangers fan. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. I was a Power Rangers fan. But the days of Judd Lynn's good writing, back when they wrote In Space and back when they wrote Time Force and even Lost Galaxy, back when they wrote shows like that, they're gone. They're not coming back. And what we have now, I had no dog in that hunt a while back. You know, I tried to watch an episode of Megaforce. It was painful. I couldn't do it. I watched the whole thing, but I was mostly annoyed with the fact that, you know, it was basically shot for shot, just the first episode of Power Rangers redone. Even the dialogue, that was the laziest thing I'd ever seen. They literally just, I don't know, they just rebooted or readapted the same episode from fucking 1990 something. I thought that was, there's callbacks, but then there's like lazy writing, lazy nostalgia milking. But anyway, that's beside the point. Comparison videos. So, you know, I have an informed opinion. I've watched both extensively. If you're gonna come at me and tell me Power Rangers is better, when you only watched a fucking 5-second comparison video, or 5-minute comparison video, and think you can judge all of Sentai as a whole, then your opinion is fucking invalid and misinformed. You can have it. I gotta fucking like it, motherfucker, but you can have it. But it's a shitty opinion, and it's bullshit. And it's invalid. It's an invalid opinion because you don't have a big enough sample size to get a real opinion. You had a knee-jerk reaction real quick and thought you could judge everything. And this goes back to the point. Comparison videos are fucking poison. Do not watch them. Because what comparison videos are the oldest, most divisive argument on the internet that you must fucking avoid like the plague if you are a common sense human being like me and my friends. Well, there's very little of us left, I know. But a common sense human being. Because those, whether or not the original uploaders, I don't know if this was their intent. I doubt this was their intention. So I'm not really blaming the people who uploaded this. I don't know what their intentions are. I can't speak for all of them, but the fact of the matter is, it's a divisive video. It's very divisive because, and the person I'm trying to reach out to is the one who's stuck in the middle, who's not part of these two fucking warring factions, or the fucking Power Ranger purists. For the fact that they even call themselves that is a joke also in itself, but I'm not gonna get into that. And and Super Sentai guys, or elitists, or whatever we want to call them. Maybe I'm part of, I don't know. I have moments where I wear it on my sleeve a little too much. That's kind of a flaw on my part, and I admit that. So, but you know what? I don't care. I don't care too much. I don't tell everybody that. But if you talk to me personally and ask me what I think, I'm going to be honest with you. Because I shoot straight around here. And that's the realness this world lacks. But anyway, it's a divisive situation. Because it's a versus argument. Anybody who's in there, especially if you try to interact, don't interact in comment sections. The comment sections, it's poison. I've never 100% done it, but it's not going to stay objective for very long. Versus arguments don't. You best to end those conversations quick or don't have them. Is that it's a versus argument, which means everybody has their biases. So if some people come in like there's 100% pro fucking Power Rangers, and they have a mild 2-second curiosity about Super Sentai, but then you look down at the fucking comments or whatever the hell or whatever the fuck, then you're kind of like, oh wait, this guy's telling me this thing I like was shit, so I don't like it. Whether or not shit is immaterial. And blah blah blah. I hate fucking Sentai now. I think it's bull. Like, you're not. Reality is, in some cases, you're not forming that opinion because you actually have a real opinion about Super Sentai, about what you just watch. You don't have an informed opinion. You had this knee-jerk reaction to what A, the video itself, or B, what somebody was saying about the Power Ranger side of things. So your preference, as it were, is born from a bias of an argument. So you're going to choose to hate that thing because the other guy likes it and hates what you like. So it's just a versus argument. It's a giant macrocosm. And whether some people understand it or not, your interactions with other people sometimes influence your opinions on things. It sucks, but it's true. And if you really want a real opinion on something, if you really want to get it for yourself, get the information. Look at my videos. My videos are a prime example. Do I 100% like I take snap? I'm not gonna lie. I take some pock shots at Saban stuff, but most of the time, the stuff that's universally panned that I hated. So I'm never gonna take pot shots in space because I legitimately liked it. But anyway, yeah, avoid this shit. Avoid it. Doesn't work. Like, if you're gonna judge, if you're serious about watching Sentai, and these are the people I'm trying to talk to. I'm not trying to talk to the fucking Power Ranger purists. I'm not trying to talk to any of these motherfuckers because they've made up their mind, and I'm not gonna fucking waste my time in a circular argument with you to try to change. It's a pointless statement. There's some asshole, Disney level, Disney era Power Rangers. What the fuck is the top his profile name? You can't take a hint. Can't take a hint. And I basically just declosed this motherfucker completely. And I was completely right. So, in the way he was. And there's dismissive comments that I can't stand people like him. Avoid them like the plague. And needless to say, after I closed the doors to that motherfucker, I blocked his asses and muted that conversation as much as I possibly could. Because like CM Punk put it best. The internet and social media is like a window to my house. I'm allowing you to interact with me through this window. I'm allowing you to do that. But if you start screaming through my fucking window over and over and over again, and you won't shut the fuck up, if you just keep going and going, screaming through my window, what am I going to do? I'm going to close my window. Common sense. If you don't like someone and they annoy the fuck out of you, you can't don't talk to them anymore. Common fucking sense. Like if we were in a room together and I couldn't stand you and you couldn't stand me, either two things are gonna happen. Either I'm gonna fuck your ass up, we're gonna fight and we're gonna handle it that way, or the most likely thing would happen, the most rational common, if anyone has common sense in that room, you just stop talking to each other. The conversation will abruptly end, and you'll go to separate sides of the room. You just won't interact with each other, which is the more likely scenario in reality. So if I was at a con with somebody and they said something about some show I didn't like, and I defended it very purely, because I've had this happen to me before, when somebody was talking some shit about Seed, and I said, no, Seed's a good fucking show. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I was pissed when I heard them because they're doing it on my ear in blast. I'm just trying to play Naruto demo. They just fucking, I'm hearing it in blast the back of my fucking head like somebody slapping the back of my fucking head. I don't even hear that shit. So I'm mad. I turn around and what did they do? They shut the fuck up. They didn't have that conversation around me anymore. That's real world conversation, motherfucker. That's the way it's really supposed to go. If you don't like someone, if someone keeps screaming at you, you've already, and we're going in circles now. I keep telling, listen, get a real opinion. Watch a Sentai series from the beginning, and then come talk to me. Until then, don't talk to me. Like anyway. So basically, I'm getting off topic. Whatever, this is a rant. It's not supposed to be concise. But yeah, comparison videos are poison. They're the worst basis because everybody's coming in with a bias. The comment sections are full of complete biases on both sides. There's no objectivity in that situation. It is the oldest pitfall in the internet. On forums and YouTube, it's the oldest pitfall. Flame wars in versus comments. It just leads to flame wars. It leads to flame wars and factions being formed. That's what happens. So if you're stuck in the middle and you just, for the love of God, you just want to learn a little bit more about Sentai out of a curiosity or whatever, going cold. Just find a Sentai series on its own, or just figure out like which was the adapted one from the one that you originally saw, and don't watch it as a comparison video. Watch the episode by itself. Take Power Rangers out of your fucking head. Take that out. Take that out. Just watch what's in front of you. Watch what's in front of you. Don't think about the Power Ranger version of that scene. You could think about it after you've watched it all, fine, great, whatever. But don't have somebody fucking show you the other version side by side all the time. Because it's a versus argument. And you might fall into the pit hole of just relenting and just dismissing the other side because somebody pissed you the fuck off. And we're humans. We're flawed creatures. Hell, I know I got a temperament problem. It's part of I've had a temperament problem all my fucking life. I've controlled it to a point, but I still get fucking pissed at some motherfuckers, at some idiots. I can't stand them most of the time, and I'm straight shooting with you. So this is not gonna come off. This is not really gonna come off as very refined. I'm sorry. It's just that's the way it is. This is rant mode. This is me being pissed at something. So yeah, don't look at one of my videos. Look at my review videos. Check it out on Kiss Asian. By show, some of the stuff I've recommended. That's the right way to do this. Or watch a movie by itself, or something by itself. Just watch the series, the Sentai series by itself, the episodes to completion, just by itself. Don't play that game, because you're not gonna get a real informed opinion. If something happens and you watch it and you're still not into it, fine, great, whatever. But you sat through it. You at least sat through a fucking episode or a few episodes to get an informed opinion. It's just a preference. There's no accounting for taste. It's just a preference. Blah, 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 whatever. But don't come at people with an uninformed opinion because you watched a fucking comparison video for 5 fucking minutes on YouTube and think you're a goddamn expert. Because you're not. You are not a fucking expert. If anybody has the right to say they got an informed fucking opinion about both, it's motherfuckers like me. It's me. Motherfuckers like me who have sat and watched multiple seasons of both as a respective fan of both at those times. That's what you call an informed opinion. A misinformed opinion is a 5-minute knee-jerk fucking reaction right off. That's not an informed opinion. That's a misinformed bias. That's what that is. I shouldn't have to explain to fucking people what that is. But then again, this is the internet. People are fucking idiots most of the time. The amount of people that are sane and normal are a fucking handful, and we are outnumbered by the stupid. We are outnumbered by the stupid retards in every fandom we choose to like. We are outnumbered by the fucking idiots. We're outnumbered by them. So it takes a lot of work for us to really find each other. But for fuck's sake, if you're on the fence or whatever, and you're thinking about crossing over, you have a legit real interest, not just oh, I just want to see it so I can write it off. No, a legit interest. These are the people I'm talking to. I'm talking to you guys. These are the people I'm talking to that I want to reach because they've already made their decision. I'm not here. I didn't do what I did, Infoville wise, to coerce people. I did it for two reasons: to destroy misinformation that gets spread around by a lot of ignorant people about things, while Tokusatsu's a lot of ignorance on that front, and I get a little sick of it, and that's to dispel that, and B, to help those ease in to these franchises that have a legit investment or a legit interest, and they've already made their choice that they want to watch this seriously. You are the guys I care about. You are the guys I want to talk to. You're the kind of fans I want to speak to. You're the kind of fans I want to help. I don't want to help those other motherfuckers because there's nothing to help them. They're not interested. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to be their friends. I'll be honest, I fucking hate their guts. Most of which I haven't even met, and I fucking hate their guts. But I don't have to like them. It's called life. We don't have to be PC. We don't have to like people. I don't like groups of people. I tend to hate them very much. I don't like most fandoms in the end. But I'm only trying to interact with a specific group, and this is who this is for. This may be a rant of anger, but at the same time, this is a rant of discretion, of just warning to those who are trying to learn about Sentai and have a legitimate interest in it and want to get an informed opinion, a real fucking opinion, to get a real sample size, to really know, to really definitively know, and interested of keeping your mind fucking open and trying. Do not start with a comparison video. Do not start with a comparison video. Just, if you're interested in watching the original Japanese version of a series you already watched, fucking Google the name of the show that it was adapted from. Like, I'll give you an example. Power Ranger Samurai was adapted from... Bam, you'll see the word Shinkanger. Google, it's your friend. So on and so forth. You want to see Super Sentai articles of series that were never adapted. Super Sentai shows that were not adapted to Power Rangers. Blah, blah, blah. Somebody made a definitive list. Maybe I'll make one. I don't know. There are ways to get real informed opinions. But if you want to get a real informed opinion, you have to take the extremists out of the equation. You can't let them fuck with your head and turn this into a versus game. It's not going to work. You're going to wind up wasting fucking 3 hours of your goddamn life arguing with some motherfucker who has no interest in changing his opinion. So I don't even know what you're going to tell him is not going to change his opinion. It's not going to work. Just like on the reverse side, if you try to argue with me about something, I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not. But, I'm normally rational. I normally keep my interaction to a minimum because I know where that's going to go. So I might as well skip to the end where I don't talk to those people anymore. But yeah, that's the best way to do it. If you want to look at like some of my info vids or some of my reviews or stuff like that for shit, great place to start. Great place because I'm just giving you information. I'm giving you information, and you choose what you want to do with it. I'm not throwing comparison videos. Yeah, I'm making observations about what Power Rangers can't do that Super Sentai is allowed to do because it's a general fact. These are different regulations in terms of what children are allowed to watch on TV programming and why one is allowed to be more flexible than the other. That's just a fucking fact. That's not a bias. That's a fact. It's legit. That's actually network decisions and cultural differences. So there you go. That's I think I've summarized it. As usual, I do get on a tangent about other things, but this is a rant, so this doesn't have to be concise. So I'm telling you right now, please, for the love of God, if you're one of the people I'm trying to talk to, and you've got an open mind, I like people like you. You've got an open mind, I like people like you, and you're trying to be objective about this, and you're not coming at it from, I love Power Rangers, fuck Super Sentai, I'm gonna see what this shit's about so I can throw it away or whatever the fuck, or if you're just stuck in the middle of these two fucking extremist factions, you're stuck in the middle, and you're trying to weed through all the bullshit to get your own personal opinion. Don't go there. Because that's all comparison videos are. They're a fucking versus argument. They're the poison of the internet. They're poison. It's poison. It's the oldest poison. The oldest poison in all the land. Nothing is gained and nothing is earned there. So even if you win the argument, even if you completely debunk the motherfucker you're arguing with, it'll just keep going in circles because they won't catch on. I don't know. I just went through one recently. I debunked this motherfucker and tore his ass a new one. I debunked him completely. He had no leg to stand on, but he kept not getting the point and skimming through my posts and not fully reading it and then telling me what I said and making bold assumptions and being wrong. You know, those people are a waste of your fucking space. They're a waste of time on the internet. Don't talk to them. They suck. They fucking suck. They suck and they should be barred from using the net. Fuck those guys. But yeah, don't do that. Don't go to those videos. Try what I said instead. Watch the episode on its own merit without any fucking Power Ranger garbage comparison nonsense. Watch it on its own fucking merit. Search it on your own. Don't do the comparison video game. And for the love of God, don't look at the YouTube comments. Don't talk to them. Don't do it. Don't. If you value your own sanity and you value the brain cells in your fucking head, you don't want to talk to a bunch of brain dead morons on YouTube. The chaff of YouTube. You're not gonna find a lot of you're not gonna find normal-headed people on YouTube. You're not gonna do that. You might find them in real life or in some rare places. You know, to be honest with you, if you have a PS4, I actually recommend this more. If you have a PS4, there are communities for Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, legit fan communities. So far, I haven't really seen them turn to versus arguments. So far, they've been light on that. So they've been kind of calmer because it's a smaller sample size of people. So the chances of them being more level-headed and more like each other is better. So I recommend to you, ignore the comparison videos. If you've got a PS4, go to the communities. Go to the communities. Hell, I'm on some of them. Go to the communities. There's several Super Sentai communities. There's several Kamen Riders / Super Sentai communities. Go there. Talk to fans there. Ask for advice. Stuff like that. They'll give you recommendations. Hell, you may even see me there. Because I think I'm on most of them. I think I'm somehow on most of them. You know, so if you say X2K, I'll know who you're talking about. But, yeah, so pretty much, I'd recommend that better. I'd recommend that better. Do that. Okay, do that. There you go. I think my rant's over. The rant has ended for now. I don't know if I'm gonna have any more rant videos, but I do get pissed at bullshit a lot every day. So, you know, being on the internet for 5 minutes is enough to make me want to fucking wish that online had a punch button. Cause I'd fucking wear that motherfucker the hell out. I'll tell you that. But yeah. So there you go. Hopefully, in the midst of in the midst of my rage mode, you found a nugget of wisdom that can help you weather this storm of horse shit and nonsense that we all have to deal. That we level-headed people, that we common sense people, the last of us on this earth, have to deal with. Because, you know, and again, remember, keep those minds open, because somebody fucking has to.